where in a dictionary is a key and where is a value?
It's the key and it's the value. So I should have this.
Yeah, but on which side we have key and on which side we have value? Because on the right side it should be text.
So I should put on the key the 3.
Yes.
And then on the value the answer 3.
No, on the value it's gonna be always text.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, I know that it can be confusing. Does that make more sense in your head? How does this work?
No. Okay. I mean, I'm confused. That's all. But like, that's why I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why do I use the integer as a key instead of like answer 3? Like, it's just like a bit confusing. But like, I guess that maybe.
Okay.
I'll understand the logic later. I don't know.
No, you just think it's okay because you're new to this and you are thinking more in terms of, okay, this is a text and it should be a text because it's a text. But in programming, everything can be abstract. Do you understand the idea of things being abstract? So if in a dictionary, key and value, there are keys and values. On the left side you have keys, on the right side you have dictionary values. So in theory and actually practically, you could use anything as keys and anything as values. So if we assume that in this question one dictionary keys are something that represents answer, one of the answers, for example, answer 1, something. It can be, it doesn't have to be a string, it can be an integer as well. I'm overcomplicating this already. It's just
let's put it this way, like keys can be strings and integers and it can be anything.
Yes.
Okay.
If we assume or we define this rule that you're going to use integers as keys for like selecting text, then you would just use integer. If you decide that you're going to use string, which is also a valid case, there's no right or wrong in this case. You can use anything as key. So you can choose between string or integer. I just gave you 2 examples and maybe it was just too confusing with two examples. The main idea here is that you can assign this value to some kind of variable and you can change these variables and you can imagine that these are user selected answers.
No, I mean, I understand that. Everything is confusing just now.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's it. I mean, like, I thought, like, I mean, to be honest, at the start of this call, I was like, well, maybe I'm right, like, I'm on the right path, etc. Now I'm like, no, you have to start over. I'm not like...
No, you were right on some things. You were going into the right direction. It's just that you didn't... I think you didn't understand the core idea of the task, which is okay. User is going to give you a set of answers and you have to generate text based on those answers. And your code is supposed to be able to generate text based on the answers.
I'm gonna have such a fun weekend. Like literally, I already see myself, like, I'm not giving up, but I'm like, okay. I mean, this is not easy.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and also if this idea of using keys and values, playing around with a dictionary and keys and values is too confusing for you, or you're not really confident with how keys and values work, just go back to how to use dictionaries and just take the simplest example and play around with the dictionary. So how do I define keys? What can I define as a key? What can I define as a value? How could I get the value? We went over this in how to use dictionaries.